In the vast and crowded universe of online streaming, few stars have burned as brightly or as erratically as Ishowspeed. Born Darren Watkins Jr., this young creator from Ohio didn't just join the conversation, he screamed his way into it, creating a seismic shockwave that redefined live entertainment. In just a few short years, he went from broadcasting from his bedroom to a global phenomenon, with over 24 million subscribers. His name became synonymous with chaotic, high-energy content that felt less like a produced show and more like a live wire sparking before a massive audience. He was raw, unfiltered emotion in an age of polished online personas. His journey began in 2017, but it was in the early 20s that his star truly went supernova. While other streamers played popular games like NBA 2K and Fortnite with a measured, strategic approach, Speed turned every gaming session into a theatrical performance. His streams were a whirlwind of frantic screams, over-the-top reactions, and unpredictable interactions with his chat. He wasn't just playing a game, he was living it, breathing it, and often losing his mind over it. This raw intensity was magnetic, drawing in millions of young viewers, who were tired of the curated perfection that dominated social media. Speed offered them something different, authentic, unhinged glimpses into a real personality. What set him apart was the sheer unpredictability of it all. Viewers never knew what they were going to get when they tuned in. One moment he might be celebrating a goal with unadulterated joy, and the next he could be smashing his keyboard in a fit of rage. This volatile mix of humor, drama, and pure chaos made his content incredibly shareable. Clips of his most outrageous moments were sliced, diced, and spread across platforms, turning his antics into a constant stream of viral memes. He was more than a streamer, he was a content machine, generating headlines and capturing the internet's fleeting attention span with every broadcast. This explosive rise transformed him from just another gamer into a Gen Z icon. To his fans, he was fearless, funny, and refreshingly honest. A creator who wasn't afraid to be himself, no matter how messy. His live streams regularly pulled in audiences larger than sold-out stadiums, with hundreds of thousands of viewers hanging on his every word and action. He was the king of a new digital kingdom, built on unfiltered energy and relentless hype. But as his fame grew, the very chaos that propelled him into the spotlight began to cast a long, dark shadow, threatening to pull him back into the abyss. The same untamed energy that had made Ishowspeed a legend would soon become his greatest liability. In December 2021, the first major scandal erupted, sending shockwaves far beyond his dedicated fanbase. During a live Valorant stream, a female teammate questioned his gameplay, and Speed's typical frustration spiraled into something far more toxic. Viewers witnessed a vitriolic, sexist tirade. He screamed at the female player, "Get off the game and do your husband's dishes." The line was immediately clipped and spread across the internet. The reaction was swift and severe. Some loyal fans dismissed it as Speed being Speed or a joke. A much larger portion of the online community was appalled. The clip went viral. #IShowSpeedSexist trended on Twitter.
This is exactly the kind of behavior that drives women out of gaming. It's 2021, not 1950.
Streamers spoke out. Mainstream media ran headlines framing him as a problematic figure promoting misogyny. Riot Games noticed. Riot acted decisively, handing down one of the harshest punishments, a permanent ban from Valorant. A ban across other Riot-owned titles including League of Legends. This was not a slap on the wrist, it was a clear statement. The ban put other platforms on notice, like YouTube and Twitch. The fun and games were over. His actions had career-altering consequences. The gaming world split. Die-hard supporters rallied. Critics, fellow creators, and industry watchdogs condemned him and demanded accountability. It marked a turning point in his career. He was no longer just a funny kid yelling at a screen. He became a controversial figure in debates about toxicity and respect. The pressure was on to respond.
"It was just a joke, I didn't mean it, people are overreacting."
He insisted he wasn't targeting anyone, just mad at the game. But those excuses fell flat. The lack of remorse was louder than the rant itself, exposing a dangerous blind spot in his judgment. He didn't take time to reflect or learn how to own mistakes. He doubled down and charged forward, treating outrage as part of the show. The wildest part? His career didn't tank. Just months later, his YouTube channel exploded past 15 million subscribers. This exposed a cold reality. A huge slice of Speed's fanbase didn't care how bad his behavior got as long as he kept them entertained. But from that moment on, every move was under a microscope, with platforms and critics waiting for the next inevitable slip-up. If he thought he could ride that wave forever, he was wrong. Dead wrong. If the Valorant scandal was just the alarm bell, then what went down in August 2024 was the explosion that threatened to shatter his image for good. By this point, Speed's antics had become more and more extreme as he pushed the boundaries of acceptable content. This time his recklessness moved from verbal insults to life-threatening physical danger. During a live stream from the bustling streets of Los Angeles, he took his chaotic persona to a terrifying new level. In a bid for viral content, he ran directly into the middle of a busy street, dodging high-speed traffic as his audience watched in horror. The scene was a terrifying spectacle of manufactured chaos, with luxury sports cars like Ferraris and Lamborghinis roaring past him at dangerous speeds. Speed danced and jumped between lanes as if he were invincible. The camera captured frantic tire screeches and blaring horns as drivers swerved to avoid hitting him. At one point he dodged a red Ferrari by mere inches, a moment that could have easily ended in tragedy. He even lay down flat in the middle of the road before springing back up, laughing maniacally for his audience of hundreds of thousands. The line between performance and genuine disregard for his own life had been completely erased. The immediate reaction from his own fanbase was panic and disbelief. The live chat was flooded with desperate pleas for him to stop. The clip went viral instantly, but the tone was starkly different from his previous viral moments. There was no humor, only shock and concern. Viewers who had once laughed at his rage quits were now witnessing what they feared was a disaster unfolding in real time. Following massive user reports, YouTube took swift action. They removed the video and suspended his channel for 2 weeks, citing a clear violation of their policies against promoting dangerous acts that could result in serious injury or death. For a platform that had long tolerated his borderline behavior, this was a significant and public rebuke. The stunt was universally condemned. News headlines blared "Young streamer risks life for views," and the backlash was far more intense than anything he had ever faced. The mask of the funny entertainer had slipped, revealing a reckless individual chasing clout at any cost. The Los Angeles street stunt marked a profound shift in public perception and among his own supporters. The unwavering loyalty he had once commanded began to crack. While previous controversies were divisive, this one was different. It wasn't about offensive words, it was about blatant disregard for human life. Many fans who defended him during the Valorant scandal could no longer justify his actions. A common refrain emerged: "I miss the old Speed," longing for when his chaos felt innocent and fun, before it turned genuinely dangerous. One longtime supporter captured the shift perfectly: "I used to love Speed's energy, but now I'm just worried." This erosion of trust was a critical blow. This loss of trust rippled into the business side. Brands and sponsors began to distance themselves completely. The stunt made him radioactive to corporate partners, cutting off major sources of income and legitimacy. YouTube's suspension signaled the industry was watching. Platforms tightened their grip and would no longer turn a blind eye. In the aftermath, Speed found himself at another critical juncture. He had an opportunity to demonstrate growth and take responsibility. Instead, he once again chose the path of defiance. Rather than apologizing, he went defensive, claiming he was playing his streaming persona and lashing out, "YouTube's trying to silence me because I'm too real for them." This refusal to accept accountability created a vicious cycle of hostility, digging him into a deeper hole with each defiant post. The trust that forms the bedrock of any creator-audience relationship had been broken. His name, once a byword for laughter and hype, now triggered unease and disappointment for many who had once admired him. The story of Ishowspeed was no longer one of inspirational success. It had become a cautionary tale of self-destruction. His journey serves as a powerful lesson for the digital age, especially for young creators navigating internet fame. Talent, energy, and magnetic personality can launch a career into the stratosphere, but without maturity, discipline, and responsibility, the same light that illuminates a star can ultimately burn them alive. His tale raises questions about the creator ecosystem itself. Platforms profited from his chaos, built algorithms rewarding extreme behavior, yet responded only punitively when lines were crossed. For aspiring influencers, the lesson is clear. Authenticity without accountability is a ticking time bomb. Fame is fleeting, and trust, once lost, is nearly impossible to regain. Ultimately, Ishowspeed's legacy may not be the memes or viral screams that once defined him. Instead, it may be the cautionary tale he has become. A stark reminder that with great power comes great responsibility, and the spotlight can create a hero or reveal a tragedy in the making.